Hello and welcome back to the Rough Mix Podcast, episode 13. Today we've got myself, Esteban Trunks, we've got Jordan, Coach Koopa, we've got Eli, Hooligan Beats, and we've got Vic. So, in order for this episode to continue, we throw up the deuce. All right. There's always that one guy, one kid. So, today's episode, we're going to be talking about the best ways to invest in your music career using your stimulus check. So, this is assuming that one, you obviously are getting the $1,200. Two, yeah, you already have a laptop. So, all I'm going to say for me to start off, I think the best way to invest, the best way to start off, if you like barely not even have any, if you don't have any music equipment at all, I think the best way to like kind of I guess start investing in your music career is besides the laptop, obviously you having it. I think first is buying the DAW that you need to own. So if you have a Windows, if you have basically anything, if you have a Mac, buy Logic. That's for sure. I think that's number one thing. Buy Logic, $200. You get huge software. I think it's like 1.7 gigs, or probably bigger than that, actually. I have no idea. I think it's way bigger than that, actually. I don't even 6 to 7 gigs, something crazy, ridiculous. Even 11. I think it's 11 actually. 11 gigs of software of software instruments. So I think Logic's the way to go if you have a Mac. If you do not have a Mac, I think the best way to go is get FL Studio, just because it's the cheaper option compared to getting, I guess Ableton's up there. I mean, but Ableton, FL, look up videos, and then kind of do what you prefer.
Yo, Kenny Beats is swinging it right now. I've been seeing hella people go to Ableton.
Yeah, but FL Studio is still the GOAT no matter what.
It's true, actually. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to talk about this. Is time for another talk. But I was looking at some Ableton stuff. I don't know. Sometimes I'll be wanting to mess with it.
Yeah, I do too. But I think it's just what you start off with. I think FL Studio is just for me. You just can't switch to. It's too late at this point.
Yeah,
Is it fun?
No, it's not. But I'm just saying. I think for me personally, I think.
Yeah.
Because think about it, in class.
What is that?
In class, we already like learned Logic and Pro Tools, and now FL Studio. So now I have like $3 to use. So it's kind of hard. So I'd say for sure get a DAW. If you're on Windows, get FL Studio Producer Edition for $200. And if you are on Mac, I would consider getting the Logic, also $200. And those are 2 lifetime updates for life. So also another thing is, I would say after you have a DAW, you got your laptop. The next thing I would say is invest in a nice set of, not even nice, like expensive, but I'm just like to think that the next best thing is to do headphones. So get the Audio-Technica M40s like Jordan and Eli do. Those are the M50s. There you go. I have the M40s. That's why I got confused. Get the M50s for $130, $139 on Amazon or something like that. If your parents like to spoil you, get yourself some Vic pair of headphones, like $499 or something like that. Something crazy. All right, but anyways, after you get yourself some headphones, $150 on the headphones, $200 on the DAW, whether it's FL or Logic, and then after you got that, I would honestly invest in an interface and a mic and speakers. I think that's the best option to do. One, this is obviously if you want to be a producer and an engineer, or if you want to be an artist. Maybe you're an artist who wants to make your own beats. Like that's how Vic started. If you heard like one of the further old podcasts, he was a rap. He started rapping at first, kind of, and then he started just making beats because he liked that. And it's kind of like he did his own. He rapped on his own beats. So if you want to do something like that, I would suggest getting a microphone. If you only care about making beats right now, then skip the microphone and skip the. Actually, I guess you don't really need an interface for speakers because there's like the audio jack one you can just plug into your laptop like I used to do. But obviously, if you want like two sets of monitors to listen to, you could have an interface and have like the 4 outputs or something. I don't know, something if you want that. But to keep it simple, just keep a pair of speakers, of studio monitors, and an interface. The interface I would recommend just for cheap. Actually, honestly, they could get. All right, so if we spend, I'm just trying to keep it under $1,200. So if you spend $200 on FL, or that's 200, 150 for the 350. Honestly, I'd say 350 you already spent. I would say, is the twin like $600, 650, something like that? What is the twin at? Do you guys know what the twin's at?
I saw somebody posted a thing on Reverb the other day. I think the twin was like 500 on Reverb or like 550 or something like that.
Yeah. So I think regardless, regardless, get Jordan's over here falling asleep. But regardless, get either the Universal Audio Arrow, or get the Universal Audio Twin. Just research those two because they're within $500 to $600. So that already is $850 together. Get yourself you can either get yourself this mic that I have here, which is $100. It's the AKG. Let me get the number. AKG P420. That is $130 online, and it comes like a pop filter. And then obviously you get like a
the twins are like 6 to 7 right now.
Okay, 6. So okay, so
probably a little bit cheaper, like 4 to 5.
So 350 plus 650. That's, what is that? $1,000 right there. And then get yourself a thing. Maybe not. Okay, stick with the Arrow. Stick with the Arrow. It's like 500. You can probably get it for 400. So let's see. There's 300. That's 350 for the 200, 150, 350. And then plus the interface, another 400. That's 750. And then after you get that, get a nice microphone. Either get the AKG P420 or get the one that Jordan has. What's the one that Jordan has? What do you have, Jordan? What mic? Not the Yeti.
I got a Audio Technica. It's been a while since I looked at it. Audio Technica. You can find it for like $100.
Yeah, it's Audio Technica. It's $100. Cardioid. Very good mic. I would obviously recommend get an XLR.
Wait, can I say anything?
Yeah.
You should show everybody what shirt you're wearing right now.
What? Oh, my shirt? Right here. Antares Auto Tune. You know what I'm saying? Antares.
Show the back.
Oh, the back? Hold on, I gotta show everybody the back. If you're not seeing this on YouTube, I'm sorry. Go to YouTube and watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that actually clearly or no?
Not that clear, but
all right. Well, it says I got 99 problems. I got 99. Dang it. What does it say? I got 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one.
Yeah.
So that's what it says, I think. Yeah. So that's what it says. It's an Antares Autotunes shirt. I got that from school. Shout out Antares. I met them in person in school. Tried out some of their Autotune effects. I actually want to get that. But anyways, that's like further down the line. Don't worry about that right now. So get yourself a mic, either this AKG P420, which is $100, or the Look Up Audio Technica Cardioid mic. It's like $100 on Amazon. Same thing. And then get yourself obviously a pop filter and a microphone stand. That together was like $150 for the mic stand and the mic stand and the pop filter, probably $150 or something. So then now you're at like $800, $900. After that, honestly, I'd say like invest in. I don't think you should invest in VSTs when you first start. I don't think it's worth it. You don't need any outboard gear like preamps or interface. Like you already have a preamp in the interface. So after that, I think just get like, honestly, I would just invest in maybe, I would say like a wireless mouse just to make your life a little easier. And maybe a MIDI keyboard if you really want to if you really want one. Like there's like Eli was saying another one, like the Arturia one was like $250, and it comes with like a analog lab. I think it comes with an analog lab, right? Or some type of software from Arturia. But I think if that's like a 2-in-1 kind of thing. So there we go. Let's go with Jordan. Let's see. What would you go ahead and say? Let me switch it off to Jordan right now.
All right. So I'm gonna come from a beat maker standpoint, since I haven't really dabbled in engineering yet. So if you want to make beats, let's say you already have a computer in the house, you probably got your mom's or something at least, if you don't have a laptop of your own. Get all the demo versions of all the DAWs if you've never played around with one, and just like see which one like looks the nicest to you, or like what you feel like you could work on all the time. and then just try each one of them out. They each have like a 30-day free trial, so spend a few months doing that. Then buy the license to whatever one you really fuck with the most. Like FL Studio is like $200 for the producer edition. That's what I got. So get that, and then or Logic or Ableton, whatever, and then get that. And then next you want to buy either some MIDI or some headphones. If you see yourself playing the keys a lot to start out your melodies or beats or anything like that, and get like $100 Akai keyboard, or if you want like a larger one, just like buy an old Yamaha or something, something with a MIDI outlet. But if you don't, just worry about what you're playing on the keyboard, like on your laptop keyboard or whatever. And I would recommend getting headphones at first. Definitely, these are solid. Or what I used to mix on and really worked for me was if you have a USB-C port, get some like Google Pixel earbuds. Like they're fire. They're fire to me. They're hella cheap. They're fire. So if you don't really like want to spend like 150 on headphones, get that. If you want some monitors, get some like Rockets or like Yamahas, like early Yamahas, like the white and black ones. So yeah, let's say you have headphones, computer, and MIDI keyboard. That'll be like 400, 500. And then I wouldn't worry about VSTs at first. Drum kits, just find some good Reddit forums. Like you can find fire drum kits on there. You don't need to pay shit. You really don't need a lot. Like if you already have the computer with like 8 to 16 gigs of RAM, like you can run any DAW. Let's see what else you could do for your money. If you're just focused on beats, then I would like buy some Photoshop and start like working on like how you're going to promote your beats, like once you put them out. Because even when you make your first like trash beat, still put it on YouTube. Fuck it, just put it on YouTube. Keep putting beats on YouTube and make some cover art for that. Learn Photoshop. That way you have another skill, and people might be hitting you up like, yo, like, can you make covers of this? And that way you can keep making money to reinvest somewhere else.
Soon, just so everyone knows, soon you guys will see too how like we all make our own cover art. Jordan does too. Jordan's pretty good at it. You guys to see how he does it. He barely learned like through YouTube, so like everyone can do it. Literally everyone can do it. And, but yeah, keep on going. I just wanted to throw that out there.
All good. Yeah, don't pay nothing. Don't pay literally anything to learn how to produce music. Everything's on YouTube. I learned how to make beats on YouTube. Now I'm making an album. I got songs out already. Fucking YouTube, dog. Like, that's the place to go. So with like making cover art for stuff like Photoshop, YouTube, and anything you want to learn to do is on YouTube. Really, with this music stuff. But yeah. You'll like basically what I gave you, like you'll have tons of stuff left over because I'm just coming from a beat maker standpoint. It's really not that much. You don't have a computer though, and you got like an iPhone or something. Yo, Beatmaker 3, $25. It's the way to go. Start making beats hella early. But yeah, I just feel like 1200 if you want to make beats is hella if you already have a computer. So, yeah.
Yo, Mixcraft's like $50, I think.
Audacity, GarageBand. Everyone starts on GarageBand.
People. I've seen a few people who had Mixcraft and they were making some fire ass shit.
I mean, facts. You can make fire on anything if you know what you're doing. Just a little practice.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think GarageBand's actually good. If you're like, that's free on the Mac, so just try it out. I don't think you can have more than 16 tracks, but like if you're doing more than like 24 tracks or 32 or something, I don't know. Something you might be trying too hard.
You don't even need a computer. Steve Lacy made all his music on his phone. Everything was on his phone. All those songs that blew up.
I think Madlib produced. I can't remember off the top what album it is, but I think it's something with Freddie Gibbs, or it might be an album where it's like a collab album, something. But the whole thing was produced on his iPad.
There's an MPC thing for the phone.
Yeah,
There's a dude.
Everyone knows.
And SF used to make boom bap beats on his phone, and they were fire.
Yeah, so it's like not the tools; it's the person using the tools.
Yo,
Vic always throwing out the sauce every episode.
Yo, when you come on here, you really need to open your third eye. That's what I'm saying.
That's what we.
Yo, Vic's got you on
That's what we're here for. No one watches our podcast for the information. They just come here for the sauce that Vic throws out every day.
They really just came here for Vic. He's a star.
He really is the oldest
Thanks.
guy, the most knowledge, the most experience. Let's go ahead and go through Eli, the second oldest.
Yo. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I guess I don't know. Kind of the way I went with it. I'm just gonna kind of explain what I did because I think if I started out, I don't think I'd really spent over 12 or 1300. Pretty much what the stimulus would be. I built my own computer. That cost like 700. So that was kind of a big one. You can get computers for cheaper than that, like good ones like 300 or 400. But I spent like 600, 700 on that. I got speakers for 80. They were like Logitech speakers. They weren't even that crazy. They were Logitech speakers, but those things still slapped. I got this right here. Look around like Esteban built like most of their studio, or not even the studio, your room, right? Off from like Let Go stuff and like a bunch of stuff. Like, you can always find stuff. I got this really lucky from, this is in the studio right now that Jordan's in. I got that from there it is. Oh, I got that from my friend's brother for $80. It goes for like 200 or something on eBay. I was just looking at it the other day. So you just find stuff that's like used or secondhand. Go to shops that have secondhand stuff. If you're gonna get musical instruments, if you're gonna go like, if you want to really like play some stuff or have a keyboard, like a MIDI keyboard. But yeah, I'd say computer, keyboard. If you're doing producing and stuff, of course your DAW. But like find out what like you do not need to buy anything. If you want to go and you want to spend more money on like gear and like outboard stuff, what was that playing behind you? I thought that was you on FL. That was tripping me out.
Yo, sorry.
If you want to go like more like the outboard way, I guess, or like hardware, just use GarageBand. You're gonna have to get a Mac, so then it's gonna cost you a little bit more for the computer side. But I guess if you have to go PC, then I don't even know. Then you can't use GarageBand. Then you got to get like FL or something. You can get Reason. I don't think Reason might still be kind of expensive. I don't know. A DAW, a computer. If you want to go the hardware way, I'd say go secondhand, like just to start out. If you want to get some real nice shit, go ahead. But you better have money, I guess, to spend on that stuff, because that hardware gets expensive quick. Like those Moog synths and everything, those get expensive quick. Yeah, get a nice mic. Go to secondhand places or B stock. I was talking about this earlier when we did a run of this episode, but I got my mic originally it's 500. It's an AKG, but I got it for 250, and I could have gotten the C214 for 500, which is originally 1,000. B stock stuff, secondhand stuff, all that. Look it up.
14.
What?
You have the 214. You're talking about the 414.
Oh, no, I have the 212. I don't have the 214. Or I have the C412. Sorry, C412. I don't have the C14. I have the C412.
Wait, look at your mic right now.
It's the C412. I know what it is.
It's good.
Oh, it's yo. I was wrong earlier. This is C214.
Yep.
It's because it's the 214 and the 414. Wow. Yo. Hey. Restart the episode. No. But Vic's saucing up with the Pro Tools. There we go. I'm about to put Logic on the screen just to piss Vic off.
No, I'm about
Vic's a Logic hater for everyone who didn't know. It's not with the I don't know why. We have beef about it all the time at the house. So
why as soon as my turn comes up.
You said what?
I'm gonna talk about Pro Tools. That's why I put it up actually.
Yeah. But yeah, and if you're going the engineering route, like Vic's gonna talk about, Pro Tools is I think we all definitely in our engineering time have probably all come to like Pro Tools the best for tracking and mixing. But that is expensive if you're not getting it through school or like a perpetual license. It can get pricey. I think $500 or $600, right, for the regular license. Jordan was looking at it one time. I think it's pretty expensive.
It's $600 for a perpetual license.
Yeah. So if you get through school like we did, of course, it comes with your package that you are still paying for, but um, you know, you get it with that. But still, yeah, get a dog, get some hardware, go secondhand, and just like use what you got. Don't try to like go crazy at first, because that's where you kind of mess up. You'll have like way too much. You'll have the stuff that you don't even know about yet, and you won't be able to utilize it. You're just gonna have it sitting in front of you. You gotta just start from the base and just learn everything. Learn everything. Learn sound design, especially if you want to make beats. Mess with sound design and like all that. Pass it off to the man.
All right.
What a transition. What a transition.
Yo, my phone's. It's my dog Bolsky. Shout out Bolsky, honestly.
He's too busy. This is what we're talking about. We don't even have time with him. He's just a busy man. 24/7. All right. Go ahead.
We're shooting this at 1 a.m. because of him.
Anyways, so I would say I'm gonna say as an engineer and then producer. So I'd say as an engineer, like for sure, like you can record in almost any DAW. You really could. But if you want to take it like real serious, like it's good to know as many DAWs as you can. But like if you want to like work in a studio or like something serious, like the standard is Pro Tools. So like if you really want to know like you're like work in an actual studio and like stuff like that, it's really good if you learn Pro Tools. And if you can learn Pro Tools right now, like during this time, also if you're a student right now, Pro Tools is offering like a 3-month free trial just because of the COVID, just because of what's going on right now. So, I'm just throwing it out there. You guys can get a thing. And then, yeah. So as an engineer, Pro Tools or Logic. Logic is the number 2. And if you know both, you're just on another level. And then I would say like a mic. Any mic you can use. Oh man. Yeah, Jordan just asked what this was behind me. It's Apple. Yeah. No, this is the Avid logo or the Pro Tools logo, but Jordan knows that. I mean, he's just messing around. But anyways, yeah, like a mic too, and it doesn't have to be the best mic, but like just an SM58. Honestly, there's like a lot of mics out there that you can get cheap. There's like cheap mics on an SM57 or an SM58, and like those are standard for a lot of studios. Like the guy from U2, can't remember his name right now. It's kind of embarrassing, but the lead singer, he records everything with an SM58. And he is like a multi-platinum recording artist, So it's like yeah. So I would say a mic, Pro Tools or Logic, and then get a mic stand, an XLR, and some headphones. You're gonna need all those things and an interface. And if you're gonna take it serious, like you might as well invest in a good interface. Like the one we have arrows, and like they do much more than just a normal interface for not that much more. And it is worth it. I mean, like just for example, like there's plugins that you get with it already. There is like this is the only interface that can like copy or like try and replicate other sorts of like preamps and stuff in like the interface itself. Like no other companies do that. That is a big thing. No other companies that I know of. I'm gonna say that because I don't really know, honestly. And then I would say like some headphones, like the M50s are really good. The ones that Coach has and that Eli has. And then after that, honestly, like maybe a good mouse. But I would say start like engineering or start doing what you're gonna do, and then you'll know what you need to buy. But like start with the basics, and then you can get what you need to buy. But like don't spend all your money right away. You just need to start with like what we're pretty much saying, and like you will get going, like for sure. And then like I'm gonna say for producing, you also need just a DAW. We're all FL people. Hold on 1 second. We're all FL people. Yeah, vibes. We're all FL users, and it's the cheapest. It's not the cheapest DAW, but it's the one that we learned from. And a lot of people will hate on it, but if you're producing, it's perfect. It's exactly what you need to do. And like you can get a MIDI board, but like you don't need a MIDI keyboard right away. I have a few MIDIs and like I never use them ever. I use my keyboard most of the time.
Jordan, don't do it on camera. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Vic.
Not trying to get sponsored.
Go ahead, Vic.
So yeah.
So yeah, what, boy? He said.
Fuck, I forgot. I kind of like forgot what I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about MIDIs.
Oh yeah, I don't really use MIDIs for producing. Honestly, for producing, just get the DAW, get a laptop and some headphones. That's all you really need to start with.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna buy
or just get a few roommates who fuck with MIDI, and then when you need it, you just like, yo.
No, that's what I do.
Yeah, there's like 9 MIDIs in the house, and like
they're just laying around everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say one more thing, but I hella forgot. It'll come back though. It'll come back.
Good. But okay, so what I want to touch on is like, honestly, you don't even if you have the $200, you're not going to use all of it. To really start off with the bare essentials, you need a laptop, you need a DAW, and you need some. I would say you need some headphones for sure. Those 3 things, and you're literally set to make hits. I guarantee you can make hits with just those 3 things, and that is less. If you have a laptop already, that's less than $400. You can make hits on like beats, but that's for just producing. Simply producing, all you need is a laptop, a DAW, and headphones. That's all you need, and I guarantee you can make hits. Go on Reddit to get your drum kits. Go on Looperman to get loops. Go on Reddit to get one shots for like instruments, and you can have your own. You can make your own instrument, like own melodies with those one shots, like Jordan did. Shout out to Nico because he dropped that one shot pack that Jordan got. But there's tons of people on Reddit who, honestly, Reddit's like a go-to place. So, get a ton of drum kits all for free. Go to Looperman to get loop kits or loops for yourself if you want to just do that. And then also there's like, if you want to spend 10 or $15 or 20 a month for Splice, I think, and you get like loops there and drum kits also for like really good price, $20 a month. So I would say, and for just producing sites, to make it simple, if you're just going to be a producer and just want to make beats and you're like, I want to know where do I put my money at to make beats? Assuming you have a laptop, get a DAW, get some headphones, and that's all you need for right now. And later on, in like 2-3 months, you'll know like, oh, I want to upgrade to some speakers. Oh, I want to get an interface now. I want to actually, and if you want to switch to start being an engineer, then you go ahead and buy an interface. I would recommend the Arrow. That's the cheapest version of the Universal Audio interface. I'd recommend that. Number one, just because it has Unison. That is the number one reason why it's like one of the top selling interfaces, because it has a Unison feature. What Unison is it records, it prints, and it records with the actual plugin inside it, like on it. Whatever plugin you're using on the Unison plugin, it'll record with those effects in it. So it records it. You can record it with it being compressed and a preamp. So that way it's already like live. It's like a real preamp. It's like a real outboard gear. So that's what it's trying to emulate. And no other company has ever done that. And they're the first. So that's why they're the pioneers for it. So to be an engineer, need a laptop, a DAW, microphone, interface, and then obviously speakers if you're trying to be an engineer, because you want to reference with your headphones and also speakers, and your laptop speakers also as a good reference point. So that's like, I think that's obviously the best option for producer and engineering. It's obviously producer. The only thing you need, honestly, that we've all been saying, the number one thing is a DAW. Number one, you can't make anything without a DAW. You get trials of all of them, like Jordan was saying. That's a good idea. Get trials of all of them, try them all out, test what your favorite one is, which one you really like. Look up the price for like the standard edition. None of them are more than $200 probably. Go ahead and buy that.
Let me say one thing though too.
Go
ahead. Like the trials thing is a very good idea, but just know no matter what DAW you like and stuff, like you're not gonna learn it in like one. It's not gonna just click. It's not just like, yo, this is the one. Like I get it. None of them are like that. It's like, they all pretty much do the same thing, but each one is different. And like some people prefer the certain small things. At the end of the day, they do all the same thing. And then once you learn like the words and like terminology and stuff, you could use any DAW. It will click and stuff. Like in the beginning, it will take a long time to like learn it. So, you know, when you're trying them out, like really see which one you can see yourself using in the future. Don't try and like pick which one you like the most or you think you understand right now, or just because you see other people using it. Because that's what hell people do. Like right now, especially like everyone's trying to get FL just because like right now that's what's like that's big right now. Everyone's finding out about FL. But like
I think right now it's actually Ableton because of Kenny Beats.
true, actually, I forgot about that.
Right now.
You're actually right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but honestly, in my opinion, in all of our opinions, because we all use it the most, FL Studio is what we recommend. Heavily influenced by that, but not saying you have to pick FL Studio. But honestly, that's the best way. I know I've been saying honestly like 7 times. I heard myself saying it. So producing side, like, I just want to wrap it up. So producing side, you need a DAW, and you need honest producing side DAW headphones. That's a good $400 right there. You know, and assuming you have a laptop on, obviously. So that's pretty easy for producing side. You got it all, headphones. And if you want to be an engineer and you want to step it up, so then from that, all you got to do is get a microphone, an interface, and then some speakers, and that's all under $1,000. Okay, maybe $1,100, $1,200 right at the dot, but that's all you need. And then later on, if you gotta invest in what you love. You can't just invest and like give it a shot. You have to go all in to like, don't get mad about buying everything and you just don't throw it away and be like, yeah, I'm never going to use this again. Like, you're obviously spending the money, a lot of money, because you're invested in this and you want to just keep going. So, and then later on, like a year or two later, you'll buy some nice speakers, like.
I'm gonna make a comparison like in like sports, or like so like a broad amount of people can like see it. This is how like I because when I explain to my brother doesn't know much about this stuff, but like I explain this stuff to him all the time. I talk to him a lot. Like the way I explain it to him is like trying to compare it through stuff. So that's why like I do it here, because like if he gets it, So, anyways, like what I'm saying too, and like what we're all kind of saying about like the money thing is like, you don't have to be like that kid like when you're playing basketball or you go to a pickup game, you're at the park, like that guy who's just like in brand new shoes, like brand new everything, like first time playing a game, or like the first time trying out for the team, or like for tryouts he buys brand new like $400 like Jordans, a brand new shorts, brand new everything, and then like he finds out like, he doesn't even make the team, and then it's like you wasted all your money right there. This is just for like all the dolls and everything. Like there's no reason to like blow all that money and then you don't even fuck with it, or you don't even like it. Like you might as well see what you like and then you build from there.
This is facts. Like the main problem, like that I faced, like the main doubting point was just like the process. Because especially if you're like somewhere out there and nobody produces or makes music or any of that, and you're starting from scratch, learning from YouTube, there is a good window of time, like probably like 6 months straight, where you're just learning the DAW, like learning how to get your ideas out. And if you're like not ready for that, like if you don't stay true to it and just like, okay, like I just got to learn this and this, and then I'll get over it, and then like I'll actually be able to start making stuff I want. But if you don't enjoy the process, because like there are going to be some times where it just feels like work, but it's like all about investing your time into like what you really want to do. Because I guarantee you're going to like give up halfway, and then 6 months down the road, like a year down the road, you're going to be like, fuck, like, I still wish I could make stuff like this. And like you might reapproach it and be like, you might actually get to that point because you just sat down, you had enough discipline. Like discipline is everything in this. You have enough discipline and you're finally like, okay, like now I'm making stuff I want. Imagine if I stuck to it a year ago when I dropped out like 3 months, So it's just like, just have some discipline and get through the learning process. And then like, it'll keep getting better and better and better and better. You'll keep making stuff, but it's all about practice. You don't go to your first basketball tryout without ever having to touch the ball. Like you practice, you try it out, you keep getting better, you show it with some dusty ass Jordans and you make the team. That's just how it's going to work out in this.
I was gonna throw another one in there. This one's from George. Shout out George. like he said, for dolls and everything, like in audio, there's a lot of terminology you got to learn and stuff because it all relates. It's like what it's called, and once you learn that stuff, it makes it easier. A good comparison I could say is like a car. Once you know how to drive a car, you can literally drive almost any car. It may take you like 1 or 2 seconds longer or a few minutes to see maybe where the defrost is or like the little things. But at the end of the day, like you're still going to get it to work. You're still going to drive. You're going to get from point A to point B. Like that's how it is with this. Like you got to like learn the words and stuff before you can start getting really like crazy with it. Like, you know, you can't just like your first day I'm gonna make a beat, I'm making a platinum hit, and I'm gonna do all this crazy stuff. Unless you're like, you know, Jordan or something, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a good point. I think like obviously just start with the bare essentials and then you could upgrade from there. But I hope everybody learned like something. Everybody got like some information that like, oh, I actually know where to spend my money now. I don't have to worry about where do I buy this doll? Do I buy that doll? Do I buy what stuff do I buy? Like you just gotta like obviously it's all research too. Don't just take our opinion for it. Research everything. We're not like professionals, but we go ahead, Eli.
No, it's fine. I was letting you finish. I was just turning on my mic. Just because I know it's going to end soon, I wanted to throw something in there real quick that we had talked about earlier, but I actually forgot to bring up again while we were recording it now. Look for when you see something like a plugin or a plugin bundle like Waves or Slate's like rent or whatever subscription. So I guess it's not Slate anymore, but anything you want, if you see it and it's not on sale, don't buy it. Because I guarantee you, even if you wait a month or two, it will go on sale. There's so many times where we sat in class and we're like, bro, look at like the bundle's like $300. And
Yeah.
2 days later, someone looks at it and it's like, yo, it's $79 now.
Yeah.
Never buy it when it's at full price. That's all I'm going to say. Everything will always go on sale. Even if you got to wait till Black Friday of this year.
Black Friday is the number one sale.
Black Friday, there's always summer sales. Right now, there's hella sales going on. Arturia is everything 50% off for like Analog Lab and stuff. Go shop.
Yeah.
We might cut out.
Yep.
Let's do
But
it.
sign off quick.
just to sign off real quick, it's been your boy Trunks. We've got Eli, we've got Vic, and we've got Jordan. Let us know any questions, comments, anything about this video, any further topics you want us to discuss, let us know. But for this moment, it has been the Rough Mix Podcast, so we're out.
Feel free to hit us up.